guys, how's it going? It's Al. Week 5 is in the books, so why don't we take a look at everything? Let's open it up and do the autopsy. Chalk kind of attacked last week, so if you were on it, you did well. A couple of low percentage projection players weren't really where they thought that they were going to be. It's going to be an interesting ask to look at things moving forward, but we're going to look back and see what we can learn from what happened to see if we can make better decisions moving forward. So thank you guys for being here.
He's a legend.
And let's go.
He's a legend.
The SmizzGang Listener League is up once again for week 6. 5,500 spots in this one. I guarantee you it's going to fill early. It's filled early like every single week except week 1. At the size that it's at, it's probably going to fill on Saturday morning. So make sure that you reserve your 3 entries early. It's a 3 max tournament, $10 to enter. Absolutely no rake with 10% of the prize money going to first place. I am going to shout out the top 10 players from last week's on this video. If you get fortunate enough to be in the top 10 next week, I will shout you out on the video next week. So good luck to everybody getting in there, and make sure that you join the best league that exists on DraftKings. The only way to get in is through my link, smizzle.tv/links. It's right there in the link tree. And while you're there, click everything else, right? Can't hurt. Just click all the other things too. Let's take a look at best buys, the first thing that we do here every week to see kind of where I was right, where I was wrong. Did we get lucky? Did we get unlucky? Josh Allen, he's very good. I'm not going to retire using Josh Allen in this, just like I've retired using Nick Chubb, but like, just assume that if Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts are on the slate, that like one or both of them are just in play. It's just the way that it goes. Allen, though, throwing the ball 70% of the time, even in blowout situations. Remember we talked about this last week? Well, like, Al, I think they're going to get up a lot and they're going to run the ball. And then so Josh Allen isn't going to have a really big day. He had a really big day because it's efficiency, not volume, that matters when it comes to quarterbacks. Threw the ball only 31 times, completed 20 passes for 424, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Ran it 5 times for 42 yards. That's 39.16 DraftKings points, which by my calculations, if I carry the 1, is really freaking good. Okay, so keep playing Josh Allen. Tom Brady, 22.74 points. He was fine. He threw the ball 52 times, completed 35 of them, but like he got robbed on 1 touchdown pass. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. And a lot of it came on the ground, at least their touchdown production. There wasn't all that much touchdown production. He did hit the 300-yard bonus with 351, only 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 22.74 points. If you used him in cash, you were fine as long as you hit on the other spots. Trevor Lawrence was a miss, 12.6 points. 25 of 47 for 286 and no touchdowns with 2 interceptions. That's a miss. Teddy Bridgewater, he got injured. That sucks. Injuries suck. There's no smash or no L there. There's nothing we can do. Austin Eckler, absolute smash. They're not playing him all the time. They're playing him like 60% and just under. They are really, really managing Austin Eckler's snaps and usage overall. However, whenever he's in there, he's touching the football. So 20 touches in this game, 16 carries, 173 yards, and a touchdown. Got caught from behind on a really long run from scrimmage. Unfortunate there. It's for somebody to pop a flat on like the 5-yard line. Caught 4 of 4 balls that were headed his way for 26 yards and a touchdown. 38.9 DraftKings points. Smash. Leonard Fournette, 14 carries on the ground, also starting to try and manage his touches with Rachaad White getting about 40% of the running back snaps and touches here now. It's no longer all Leonard Fournette playing like 95 to 100%, which is a good thing, right? Nobody can handle that sort of usage. So you'd rather see him above 75%, but the amount of usage that he gets when he's in is tremendous. Only 14 carries. Who cares? Carries aren't that important. We'd rather they just get carries inside the 5-yard line. 12 to 15 is perfect, right? With 56 yards and a touchdown. 10 catches on 11 attempts, 11 targets, 83 yards and a touchdown, 35.9 DraftKings points. Smash. James Robinson missed. This was just a weird situation. They just could not really move the ball. And Travis Etienne played like 50% of the snaps, which is way up from where he has been for the course of the season. James Robinson, 10 carries, 27 points, 2 catches on 2 targets for 12 yards, 5.9 DraftKings points. This offense just stunk up the joint yesterday at home. Really, really odd. Just really weird. But like, I don't know how to explain the Jaguars. Like, this is really the problem, right? I don't know how to explain the Jaguars is basically what this boils down to. The problem is, and I mentioned this on Twitter yesterday, the algorithms, and I was talking about it with Mr. Tuttle a little bit in a conversation that was public on Twitter. about how either the public is getting sharper or understanding that they need to fade chalk or jump on to lower played players, but like it's happening so randomly with like the percent owned column on a lot of projections. Like James Robinson was projected all week between 3 to 5%. So James Robinson didn't get steamed up. I just think that the algorithms are not on every projection site. It's not like one projection site where I'm calling one out. This is across the board, across the industry. And maybe people are looking at other ones and kind of peek and go, well, they have it low. Let me keep him low. He appeared to be in a really weird salary spot where like algorithms weren't forcing him in and lineup builders weren't forcing him in, but people were putting him into those lineups. He ended at like 20 to 22% in the Millionaire Maker. He was lower percent owned in high stakes than he was in the Millionaire Maker at like 14, 15%. So just a weird spot in tournaments, something that we're going to have to be mindful of, not just with James Robinson. This has happened multiple weeks where there's a lot of high profile misses in percent owned projections, specifically this season. And the misses are huge by like 20%. It's more odd than usual. Jeff Wilson, another smash, 17 carries, 120 and a touchdown, caught 1 of 2 balls. We know that he's not very used in the passing game. 23.2 points for 5.5K. Smash, Brees Hall, smash! Lot of smashes this week, a lot of them. 18 carries for 97 and a touchdown, got vultured twice because he fell down on the 1 twice by Michael Carter, who came in mop-up duty, caught only 2 balls on 2 targets. But those went for 100 yards because one of them was a 71-yard catch, 30.7 DraftKings points. Smash. Cooper Kupp, smash. Every week, 28.9 points. This is what we said going into the week, is that I'm going to play Cooper Kupp. I'm going to draft him in the cage match because I'm probably going to get 25 to 35 points out of him, and I'll let you figure out where else you're going to get yours, right? Like, I know I'm getting this at him. It's like Kevin Durant from, 8 years ago, or Kobe Bryant that February when every night he went for like 50 points, or Harden 2 years ago. I'll let you figure out where you're going to get your 80 NBA DFS points from, because I know I'm getting it from this guy. Cooper Kupp's service is outstanding. 7 catches, 10 targets, 125 yards, and a touchdown thanks to the long catch and run that he had where he ran away from everybody on the Dallas defense. 28.9 points is a smash. Mike Evans, we got unlucky a little bit here. He had 12.1 points on 8 targets, only caught 4 balls for 81, no touchdowns, but he clearly was inbounds, and clearly that ball was inside the pylon. So we got unlucky that they did not overturn the bad call, and that led to another Leonard Fournette touchdown. He would have not been a ultimate smash play at 6.9K if he had that 18.1 points, but it would have been a lot better for Mike Evans and obviously Tom Brady to add that touchdown to his total as well. Chris Olave got injured. Maybe we got lucky on that touchdown catch when he smashed his face into the ground and left the game because he was knocked out cold from that. So like hopefully he recovers because he has been a superstar. 4 catches, 6 targets, 54 yards and a touchdown. 15.4 points. Was well on his way to smashing at 5.7K on DraftKings. Unfortunate injury, and Tyler Lockett, smash. Like this is a fantastic Best Buys in terms of results so far. Way better than I was last week when I had a lot of misses. This week, everything kind of smashed. 5 of 6, 104 and 2 touchdowns for Tyler Lockett, 30.4 points. Let's get those Smizz Smash emotes flowing in the chat. Tyler Higbee did what you wanted. 7 catches on 10 targets, 46 yards, 11.6 DraftKings points for 4.3. He was fine. David Njoku, 6 catches, 6 targets, 88 yards, 14.8 DraftKings points. He was fine. Pat Frymuth got injured. That sucks. Caught 2 balls on 2 targets for 12 yards. Got injured right at the beginning of the second half. 3.2 points. He's a miss due to that injury. He might have paid this salary off late when they were in garbage time. But I'll take an L here if you want me to. That's fine. Evan Ingram did exactly what I was expecting was going to happen. This is why we dig so deeply into the underlying stats of routes run for tight ends, of percent of routes run per dropbacks, of target distance, right? ADOT in terms of yards per routes run, all those sorts of things, right? And I was saying that it's very possible I'm wish casting here, but he's running routes on 78% of Jaguars dropbacks, 5th best at the position. He was 3.1K, got 10 targets. It's much easier to get targets when you're actually running routes. 6 catches, 10 targets, 69 very nice yards for 12.9 points. Miami Dolphins, -2 points. They suck. Titans had 6, about standard. Dallas Cowboys, absolute smash for the chalk at 23 DraftKings points. If you had yourself a really good week, won't you consider donating a little bit? Every single dollar helps. $1, $5, $10, $20, if you can afford $100 or more to No Kid Hungry. Our link for that through Tiltify is smizzle.tv/charity. That will take you right to Tiltify. Every donation is 100% tax deductible. We are trying to raise $50,000 from the community. We are over $26,000 raised this season. When we get to 30,000, that will trigger another $10,000 match from me. If our community, that's you, can raise $50,000, I will match every 10 that you guys raise up to $50,000, bring us to a total of $100,000 raised for food insecure kids across the United States this football season. We get to play this crazy game called DFS because we have a little bit of extra money in our pockets. Get one less latte this week. Donate a little bit to No Kid Hungry. Taking a look at my cash game lineup, this is the $1,000 50-50, and I cashed to pay the top 15 spots. I came in 12th with an absolutely absurd 199 cash game points. The cash game target is like 150. If you can score like 150 points, you're probably going to win most weeks in cash games. Now, if you scored 150 this week, you were like in last place in cash games. But cash games kind of built themselves. I went with Hurts over Allen. I thought they were a coin flip. Hurts, like, they're both 25 plus point a game guys. I went with the less optimal. You can see this big train of basically a ton of people who ended up on the same very, very common optimal of Allen, Fournette, Hall, Godwin, Lockett, Olave, Higbee, Wilson Jr., Cowboys. That was like one of the optimals, one of the top 3-4 optimals that I had found throughout the week. I went with Hurts, Wilson Jr. My switch was to Shakir, who did absolutely fantastic once Isaiah McKenzie was out. Jim, thank you very much for the $50 donated to No Kid Hungry. Appreciate you, man. For 3.2K, he unlocked Cooper Kupp, as I was talking about. Anytime I can get Cooper Kupp in my cash game lineup, I want to get that type of guy. I'm a jam him in sort of player. I appreciate stars and scrubs type plays when they present themselves as clearly as this one did. And you can see not very many people were on this. They went with that other optimal and did just fine. They outscored that by 20, but I got into the money as some of the other lineups did not. I could have done better with this. Obviously, if I had not gone with Cooper Kupp, gone with a cheaper a cheaper option here, and then paid up for like Fournette and Kamara, who were just fine and on my cash game optimal list as well. I picked this one, did just fine. Olave got injured. Cowboys defense smashed. They were 66% played in this 1K tournament, and it is what it is. 1K double up. Here were my tournament lineups. This was my high stakes lineup, which did not do very well. I tried to get off of chalk by going with Miles Sanders and Robinson. I swapped off of somebody else. I forget who to get to AJ Brown to try and get different late because so many things missed in this lineup. I was trying and eke it into the cash, but it was not going to happen based on the Josh Allen predictable, high played guy. A lot of snowflakes in this one. However, my top lineup on the day did quite well, finishing in the top 500. As you can see, it scored just more. Like my cash game lineup would have finished here because it was just that sort of a week. When chalk attacks, they're going to have it end up that way. Cook did very well. Hall, Gabe Davis, Josh Allen, double stack with Shakir, brought it back with Freiermuth, who got hurt. Lockett, Olave was my favorite secondary stack on the week, and I had the 49ers defense, who had 15 points. 211 finished in the top 500 there. Solid, but across the board, not as great, as I had a lot of Robinson on the week. The cage match against Daniel Dopp, I did take this one down, 142.94 to 98.24. So that's $100 that's going to be donated to No Kid Hungry. So I'm happy to have raised a little bit more money to them through this. These were the lineups if you missed the cage match last week. He had both of the New England running backs. Unfortunately, Harris got injured. Injuries suck. Amon-Ra St. Brown was on a pitch count, which is like the worst cage match situation, right? Like you want somebody to either be full play or be completely out, because if he's out, he could have pivoted to somebody else. But Amon-Ra St. Brown playing and not playing a full complement of snaps really hurt him. CeeDee Lamb did not have a good day. Higbee did what he wanted. I got an injury with Schultz, so that kind of sucked for my team, but like I had enough to overcome it with Cooper Kupp and Breece Hall, and Brady was fine. My march towards Onyx level is we're going to get there. I got 160,000 points to go, and based on kind of where my DraftKings missions are, you should be doing missions pretty much every week. Even if you're like a $3 player, the missions are there for you to get to, right? Like you have to kind of do those. and you do them every day. Enter a tournament on Monday, get your mission, enter your mission that day, enter your mission on Tuesday. It ends up being rake back. And I'm getting something like 50,000 points on missions alone every single week right now, which if you get, it's 550 points, 550 crowns per dollar. So I'm getting something like $100 in rake back a week, which brings my rake down to something on average at high stakes from 6.5% to like 4.5%. So it's not going to completely wipe it out, but anything that you can do to minimize rake is important. And if you want to be bankroll conscious, that is something you should be trying to do, as well as moving up from maybe bronze to silver or silver to gold. So do your missions. Very basic. Looking over at Rainmakers. Didn't have a great Rainmakers week. I got a couple of packs. I won a little bit of money. I didn't have the right combinations was the problem. I was very close to having the right combination, but I never really got there. This pack I wanted to come in first. I didn't. Obviously, this one I was trying to go for the Mike Evans Rainmaker. Didn't quite get there. Damian Harris being injured kind of sucked there. Gabriel Davis in this lineup. This could have been a lineup construction issue for me, where I probably should have double stacked through Josh Allen. Where if I had gone Allen, Diggs, I had Ramondre, if I had the double stack here and brought it back with Deontay Johnson, I would have finished much higher than 36 points in the Fiat Frenzy at Legendary. So bad decision making by me. I just kind of, I don't know, I just threw the lineups together. This one, Damian Harris as well. Cousins went off, Jefferson went off, Marquise went off, 1,750 there. None of these are entry fee tournaments either. So like, enter every card that you have when it comes to your Rainmakers lineups. And if you wanted to really focus and get better at Rainmakers and surround yourself with a great community, or if you're a channel member of the channel, make sure that you join the Discord, smizzle.tv/Discord. It's also there in the link tree at smizzle.tv/links. If you're a channel member on YouTube or a subscriber on Twitch, you have access to all the VIP channels where everybody is in the community there talking about daily fantasy cash games, tournaments, every single sport. When NBA season gets here, golf every single week. Obviously, NFL, we have multiple channels for NFL, and this is where I hang out every Sunday in the Subs NFL Live channel. Or if you're playing Rainmakers, make sure that you get the SmizzGang HQ key. Smizzle.tv/HQ will take you to OpenSea. Please use my links because I'm sure that there are going to be some fake ones out there. Available in the link tree or direct via smizzle.tv/HQ. You get the key or you subscribe to the channel. It opens up 2 locked portions of the Discord for whatever your interests are. They're not very expensive to get the coin key, especially with the amount of money that you can make on the market and how up to date everything is in our Discord. So join today and be a part of the action. Taking a look at the Listener League from last week, like I said, $5,500 to first place, the best tournament that exists on DraftKings. Fly Badass. Maybe that's how you pronounce it. Maybe it's not. But I don't want to get flagged by YouTube, so it's Fly Badass. Finished in first with a Josh Allen, Steph Diggs, Shakir, had Lockett, Higbee, a lot of chalk, Jeff Wilson, Fournette, Hall, Cowboys D. But sometimes when chalk attacks, you're going to finish on the top. TD33, also Josh Allen, Gabe Davis, Shakir. You guys seeing something here? It's a when chalk attacks sort of week. Joey Mojoey, I recognize that name. Congratulations to him. G Van Nada. You're noticing that there's a lot of Josh Allen, Davis, Shakir in this? You guys kind of seeing what's happening here? Synonymous great Josh Allen, Diggs, Davis, SL Binkman. Hey, there's a Hurts double stack. Hurts, Smith, Goddard, brought it back with Rondale Moore, Fournette, Kamara, got like 60 plus points out of those two. Fly Badass, we had a tie for 7th. This is probably the ultimate chalk, right? This is the cash game lineups that made it in. Allen, Fournette, Hall, Godwin, Lockett, Olave, Higbee, Wilson, Cowboys D. Yeah, this is the cash game train. 1, 2, 3, 4. Prime CMR, Jay Stenger 95, Achilles, cash game expert in our channels in the Twitch stream pretty much all the time. So we had a multiple way tie here to finish off everybody who was in the top 10. So thank you guys for joining, and best of luck next week in the Listener League and everything else that you do. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell. Look out for another one right there.
He's a legend.